the fact that some people believe that one single person can have a lot of wealth in their hands, and that can be perceived as a successful story, that it's really, really difficult and it's very, very problematic. So I think we need to present different narratives. I think we need to present different narratives of success. And we need to go back to push back to kind of the individualization of things that has been happening in the last decades, right? So it looks like still now today everything is about what you can achieve as a person, what you can do in your own private life. Usually the collective, it's put behind. It's a second thought. So I think we need to build narratives that present, the collective management of our resources in a good light and in a good way. And we need to present examples of things that can work better for everybody.
Welcome to the Mongabay Newscast. I'm your co-host, Mike DiGirolamo. Bring you weekly conversations with experts, authors, scientists, and activists working on the front lines of conservation, shining a light on some of the most pressing issues facing our planet, and holding people in power to account. This podcast is edited on Gadigal land. Today on the newscast, I speak with Alvaro Alvarez, a journalist and video documentarian. Alvarez joins me to discuss his recent project with the BBC, a short documentary on degrowth and its practices in the city of Barcelona. Last year on the newscast, Rachel Donald spoke with degrowth researcher Timothée Paric on this economic concept, which seeks to reorient priorities of the global economy on supporting human necessities and quality of life for everyone, while staying within the critical planetary boundaries, rather than focusing on gross domestic product. Alvarez provides his take on how this system is taking shape in Spain, and offers real examples of success, such as in the housing market. He also discusses the cultural challenges degrowth faces towards wide-scale adoption, and the role that journalists play in questioning the ideal human vision of success. Alvaro, welcome to the Mongabay Newscast. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure being here.
So, first thing I want to ask you is, why did you decide to make a documentary on degrowth? What piqued your interest here?
So, around 2.5 years ago, I came across a book with the title Degrowth in it. The book was called The Future is Degrowth. I immediately became fascinated with the subject. It touched a lot of the issues that I've covered in my 15 years of journalism. It touched on social justice and climate issues, North and South global trades or relations. It touches on a lot of topics that for me are very interesting and for me are very important as a journalist. At the moment, I was in Barcelona, actually. I spent my time between London and Barcelona. And when I started reading, I kind of went down a rabbit hole of degrowth. And at some point, I realized that a lot of the people that I was reading, a lot of the people working on degrowth were based in Barcelona. So for me, that was a surprise and a great opportunity. And then I thought, okay, I need to grab my camera and go and talk to all these people because they're just there around the corner. So I pitched this story to the BBC. I've worked for the BBC for many years. They commissioned it, to my surprise. They were actually very curious and very interested. And what started as an 8-minute short digital video became a half-an-hour documentary that has been broadcast in BBC World TV, and it's being screened now in Australia. So yeah, it was. I was really fascinated by the concept. I thought they were connecting a lot of the dots that are really important to connect when we're facing the kind of crisis that we're facing today.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to listen to the first few minutes of this podcast. There is much more to this interview. If you want to hear the full conversation, find the Mongabay Newscast wherever you get your podcasts from and click subscribe. You can also get each new episode straight to your inbox by subscribing to Mongabay's weekly newsletter at mongabay.com. And if you really want to support us, you can donate to us at patreon.com/Mongabay. Don't forget to leave a review, and thank you as always for listening.